Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is CodeFleet and I'm Vin, and today we're going to be talking about the last video, and the topics we're going to cover in this video are classes and IDs. So let's not waste any time and dive right into it. So I have my VS Code here and I have an empty file here, class and ID. So let's first put our syntax in the file and create two heading tags and one paragraph tag. So let's create this tag here, and let's create this tag here, and one paragraph tag. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give a class here, and as you know, it's an attribute here, the attribute class, and let's give it A, and one class here, and also give it A, and one class here. No, not class, it's ID. Okay, so let's make it B. The main difference between class and ID is that you can use classes as many times as you want in as many tags as you want, but when it comes to ID, they are unique identifier, and I recommend you to use them only once with the one element. So there should not be any redundancy or ambiguity with the IDs. You can use them. Let's say you have two element tags, and yes, you can same ID for them too, but I know HTML just forgives you for some kind of mistake. They are defined as the unique identifier, so I'd recommend you not to use them anywhere, not to use the copy of any ID, just keep them unique. So let's write here CodeFleet and CodeFleet and CodeFleet. So let's save this file and open it in a browser. Okay, so there's the file. Here it is. Okay, so we have first one is the h1 tag, second one is the s2 tag, and the last one is paragraph. Okay, so let's use the CSS here. So for class, you use dollar and the name of that class, let's say it's A, and then curly brackets, and now you can write as much CSS as you want just in these curly brackets. And the first thing you should remember that if you want to use CSS in the same file, you will have to use the style tag and put this entire CSS inside this style tag, then it will work, otherwise it's not going to give you any result. So let's give it color. So let's give it aqua. So remember one thing, I'm just giving this aqua color to A class. So let's say there are 10,000 tags that have the A class, so this color aqua are going to apply to those all 10,000 tags. So here now we have two tags, h1 and h2, that have the same class A. So now if I refresh, the color is going to change of the first top two, as you can see here. This one here has the aqua color, and this one also has the aqua color. So let's go with the ID. As you can see that we can use the class here by using dot, and so but it's not the same for the IDs. You will have to use the hash for the IDs. And now here you can just write as any CSS you want. So let's use the color again and give it this blue violet. And if I go and refresh it, it's going to change the color of that. And if you can see it here, now you can see it, the color of this code, the last CodeFleet has changed. But you can use the same ID with the other one. Let's make it the h1 tag. But it's even by HTML it is defined as the unique identifier, so I recommend you not to use it again and again. Not to use the same name again. Okay, the property has been applied to this one too, the h1 tag. It's not that problem, but it's not how it works. So just use the ID only once. One ID per element, and if you have another tag, then use the another ID, another name of the ID. The value should not be same for the IDs, and the value can be same for the classes. So these two things, classes and IDs, these two plays so much important role in the JavaScript and the CSS that you can't even imagine. I mean, you can't do anything without them. And you can't do, I mean, you can apply this CSS. I mean, you can use inline CSS, but you know, how much can you tolerate? You know, if it's a 10,000 line code, you can't just go around and write inline CSS. You're gonna be crazy. So this is the basic of the class and IDs, but this is the last video, and after this I'm going to create a new playlist for CSS, and that's where you will find out how much these classes and IDs are important. So I'm going to wrap this now. So thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.